Here we have an interesting communication between the Allies dated 12th of February 1945 about bridge targeting. In paragraph 1, they mention that recent intelligence has revealed three things. A. That a bypass has been completed at Bridge Q654, the steel bridge at the River Kwai in Kanchanaburi. This is hardly news, as this bypass bridge has actually been there since before the steel bridge was built. Nevertheless, it is true that it offers an alternative should the steel bridge be damaged. B and C go hand in hand. Boat traffic on the Maeklong River has increased, and railway sidings have been constructed on either side of the river. This is the area they are talking about. Note that the river has changed course significantly since the war. You can imagine that if you parked a loaded train in the siding on one side of the river and an empty train on the other, with enough manpower and boats shuttling back and forth, the load on the full train could be quickly transferred to the empty train. In paragraph 2, they come to the conclusion that destruction of the River Kwai Bridge would have minimal impact on the operation of the railway. In paragraph 3, they discuss targets which may cause more effective disruption of the railway's operation. They note that Bridge Q633, which is the Wampo viaduct, and Bridge Q577, which is the three-tier bridge at Hintok, have no bypasses or easy means of transferring cargoes. They then conclude that bombing these two bridges would be more effective than continued bombing of the River Kwai Bridge. And bomb these two bridges they did indeed. We saw attacks on the three-tier bridge at Hintok in a previous video. Now we will look at attacks on the Wampo viaduct. First, this photo shows the entire series of bridges as it was in 1945. If you have walked along the viaduct as it is now, you will know all of these bridges. First, a small bridge which ran from the flat land across a gap to the first ledge, followed by another bridge across the ravine which includes the Tam Krasay cave. Over another short ledge, then the first long viaduct below the overhanging cliff. Someone has labeled this the concrete area because of the much larger concrete pillars here compared to the rest of the viaduct. These concrete pillars would have made inviting targets. Then along a long ledge cut into the hillside around a curve, then finally along the last and longest section of the viaduct, finally curving to the left and ending just as the railway goes out of the frame. This second photo shows much more of the south end of the viaduct. You can see a significant Japanese camp here which had anti-aircraft guns to protect the bridge. Pilots reported light anti-aircraft fire from this position. In this photo, we can see the flare and smoke trail from an Azon bomb falling towards the viaduct. I'm not sure if this is the impact from the same bomb, but this photo shows a detonation at the ledge cutting around the curve. It seems to have exploded to the left of the railway track. However, this photo, taken just over an hour later, shows that the viaduct has sustained heavy damage, with the track destroyed in 5 places, indicated by the tick marks. This bomb plot from the mission shows the extent of the damage. 21 different planes were involved and dropped 107 1,000-pound bombs and 18 Azon-equipped 1,000-pound bombs. Not only was the bridge severed at multiple points, but the Japanese defenses were also partially destroyed. And it wasn't only the viaduct at Wampo which made an inviting target. Wampo Station had extensive sidings and locomotive facilities which also caught the eyes of the Allies. This photo was taken at Wampo Station and shows extensive bombing through the station area. One train parked in the sidings has been blasted off the track in 3 places, and the sidings are severely cratered. The area shown in the photo is here, just east of the current station building on today's landscape. And that's all for this video, a brief look at the target intelligence and decision-making with the subsequent bombing of the Wampo area.